In a small, quiet village nestled among rolling mountains. Every home had a special lantern. As twilight painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, these lanterns would be lit, casting a warm, comforting glow that danced upon the cobblestone streets. They kept the darkness at bay and filled the village with a sense of peace. But among these lanterns, there was one, a tiny one named Luma, who was different. Luma had a heart full of curiosity and a spirit that yearned for adventure. Every evening, as she was lit and placed in her window, she would gaze out at the vast world beyond the familiar rooftops. She watched the stars twinkle in the distant sky and wondered about the secrets they held. What's out there? She would whisper to herself, what lies beyond the edge of our village? One night, the moon was a perfect, shining silver disk, casting a magical light over the sleeping world. Luma felt an irresistible pull, a whisper of the unknown calling to her. Gathering all her courage, she wiggled and swayed until, with a tiny tink, she slipped free from her hook. But she didn't fall. Instead, she began to float, gently rising up, and away from the cozy home she knew. The village grew smaller and smaller below, a cluster of glowing embers in the vast darkness. Luma was on her way. The world was so much bigger than Luma had ever imagined. She drifted like a dandelion seed on the breeze, her little light a tiny beacon in the immense night. She floated over dense, dark forests where the trees whispered ancient secrets to the wind. She crossed shimmering rivers that snaked through valleys like silver ribbons under the moonlight. She even soared over majestic, snowy hills that glittered as if they were dusted with diamonds. Every new sight filled her with a thrilling sense of wonder and excitement. She saw night-blooming flowers unfurl their petals and watched sleepy owls take flight. This was the adventure she had always dreamed of. She felt brave and free, a tiny explorer in a boundless world. But as the night wore on, a change began to happen. Luma noticed that her own light, once so bright and warm, was starting to grow dimmer. The farther she traveled from her village, the weaker her glow became. A little flicker of fear entered her heart. The vast, dark world that had seemed so exciting just a short while ago now felt lonely and a bit scary. She whispered into the quiet night, her voice trembling. I want to go home, ... but I don't know the way. The stars above seemed so far away, and she felt very, very small and lost. Just as her light was about to fade completely, a gentle, swirling breeze wrapped around her. It wasn't a cold wind, but a warm and comforting current. A soft, rustling voice spoke, seeming to come from the air itself. Little lantern, why do you wander all alone in the deep of night? You seem so far from home. It was a kindly wind spirit, its form invisible, but its presence as gentle as a sigh. Luma, her light flickering weakly, told the spirit everything. She spoke of her village, her dreams of adventure, and how she had bravely floated away, only to find herself lost and afraid. The wind spirit listened patiently. When Luma finished her story, it spoke again, its voice full of wisdom. Adventure is a wonderful thing, little one. It helps us grow and see the world. But remember, the heart shines its brightest light where it feels truly loved and cherished. The spirit's words were like a warm blanket, chasing away Luma's fear. With a soft whoosh, the wind spirit gently lifted Luma high into the air. It guided her through the night sky, reversing her long journey. They sailed back over the snowy hills, the silver rivers, and the whispering forests. Soon, a familiar cluster of warm lights appeared on the horizon. It was her village. As Luma floated back towards her home, a cheer erupted from the villagers who had gathered below, worried about their missing lantern. They had searched for her all night. Seeing her return, safe and sound, filled their hearts with joy. Luma was carefully placed back in her warm window. From that night on, she was content to stay. She still looked out at the vast world, but her heart was no longer restless. She had seen the wonders beyond, but she had also learned that her truest, brightest light shone right there in her home, surrounded by the love of her village. And in that cozy window, her light shone brighter than ever before, a beacon of warmth, adventure, and the wonderful feeling of knowing exactly where you belong.